Hi, this is Christine Schmidt, and welcome to the Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us in the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County. We begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3, we have the RCMCS boys basketball team. This is the Rochester Career Mentoring Charter School. Long name, amazing results. The Royals play in their first year, have won 2 Section 5 tournament games played out of Class D2. Amos Williams scored 52 points in those games, which included an upset of top-seeded Scio in the quarterfinals. At number 2, another young program, Early College Prep. In its second year, knocked off second-seeded East Rochester on a buzzer-beating three-pointer by Anthony Monroe. And at number 1, the Gates Chi-Li girls basketball team, which scored a tournament semifinal win over seemingly invincible Penfield, 40-37. Samantha Heiler led the way with 15 points scored on 5 three-pointers. This after Sierra Dillard got 44 in a 5-point quarterfinal win over Hilton, just 2 points off her own school record. Which brings us to East High, which is leading a Rochester City School District return to relevance with a representative signing. This was a signing ceremony. Soon-to-be East High graduate Taylor Hosby was announcing her intention to attend Long Island University Post next year, an NCAA Division II school offering a full scholarship.
The school found Taylor. They was on the internet and they saw clips of the state title, run. Her brother put together a portfolio for her, and they saw it and they said they wanted her, and they came and got her.
You're going to major in what?
Business administration.
With an idea of becoming what?
I want to become a sports manager. So it's like business administrator, minor, and then sports management.
Hosby is a special player from a special team. When she steps onto the court for the Pioneers next year, she'll be the 5th player from that state championship East High team from 2012 to play ball past their high school years.
To get 5 girls in the college and all play on the same team and win a state title, it was huge. And especially being the first to do it, it's something them girls are going to remember for the rest of their lives.
Hosby was the Rochester City Athletic Conference Player of the Year in 2013. As a sophomore, she transferred out of Aquinas and wound up at East, just in time to start for the first city public school girls team to ever win a state championship.
There's so much talent on that team, and I was just a sophomore. I really, just a role player. You had Aaliyah, you had Rose, you had Tyra, and they're still doing big things today that I'm hearing of. You had Renetta, too, a big three-point shooter. So I learned everything from them.
East was a good fit.
She's not the only good kid here. It's tons of great kids here. It's tons of great kids here right in the school doing great things, and this is an awesome feeding ground for creativity, both creative-wise, technical-wise. It's a great place for education and fun. And Taylor has been just getting all of that.
Not only are 5 from that state championship team still playing ball, East leads the way producing Division I caliber athletes too. Scholarships are nice, but it isn't all about that. Even while the city failed to play so much as a single team in a Section 5 final over the fall, it is making strides where you can't really see them.
This year here, we've added 60 additional programs at the modified end. So what we're doing is trying to build back up programming within the city as a whole. And when it comes to the exposure of individuals actually going off and having scholarship opportunity or going off to college, we've got quite a few of them, but the way in which they're getting there is different.
Participation in sports district-wide is up a whopping 25% over the last 3 years, from 4,000 to 5,100. The Hosby signing could eventually lead to others like it.
Is the motivation just to give kids things to do?
It's not a scholarship especially, is it?
No. I think it's really to expose them to experiences outside of the regular school day. It's using it as a tool to motivate students to stay focused academically. So it's a balance. What we want to do is make sure that our students understand that in order to play a sport, it's a privilege, and in playing a sport, there's a balance in making sure that you do what's right in the classroom. So from academics to behavior to citizenship. To being a role model, so trying to create that balance in creating a whole child, really, to developing a whole child through sports as an opportunity.
When we return, the first of 2 championship high school hockey games in our ESL Scholastic Sports Spotlight.
Hi, I'm John Clark, and this is Vision High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union. For more than 90 years, ESL has been investing in the region where we live and raise our families through personal banking, business banking, and wealth management. With ESL's shared commitment to the community and support for local sports and family events, everyone wins. ESL answers to you. Welcome back, and thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union. ESL answers to you. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, that Webster Schrader football star and transfer from the great state of Texas, Banadil Akinini, who happens to throw the shot better than anybody else. Akinini won the event in the indoor track meet of champions with a personal best 56 feet 3-inch toss, which was nearly 4 feet better than the field. At number 2, the female star of the meet of champions was Katara Burrows of Wilson. She was a double winner in the 50 and the 300-meter races, and will compete in both in the upcoming state meet at Cornell. And at number 1, our ski champions. We have the 4 best in the state. Downhillers Hunter Doyle of Pittsford Mendon and Gigi Vasile of Webster, and cross-country stars Connor Green of Mendon and Riley Douglas of HFL all won state individual ski championships. Duncan made it twice in 3 years and will win it again next year, too. Which brings us to RIT in the first of a high school hockey championship doubleheader. It's the Blue Devils and the Warriors in our ESL Scholastic Sports Spotlight. Professionally, the Stanley Cup playoffs are the toughest to call. That element of unpredictability trickles down to the high school level. When Victor and Webster Schrader squared off for the Class B Section 5 hockey title, it was a matchup of the 4th and 6th seeded teams.
We've seen it since 1980, sports. That's why you play the game. Anything can happen, and when you capitalize on opportunities, this is what gets you here.
Excited about the opportunity?
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a few years, so the boys are pumped and ready to go.
Victor owned the superior record at 14-6. The Warriors' edge came from a steady diet of larger schools. That put them in command early. The game's first goal came 6:36 into the first period on a power play. Joe Schuler got the puck out front for Casey Wynn to tip past Christian Portland. Portland had shutouts in his previous 2 games. When you get on a roll like you were on, do you feel invincible?
Yeah, definitely. We came in tonight with all the confidence in the world and felt like we couldn't be stopped.
Schrader continued to pepper Portland. Jeremy Calkins took a shot that Christian stopped. At that point, the shot totals read 7-1 for Schrader. A late tripping call on Schrader's Matt Imperiella gave the Blue Devils some late first period life. R.J. Miller and Kyle Pooler had chances, but Schrader's Ryan Butel was up to the task. Victor trailed 1-0 after the first period.
We got to shoot. Okay, Pooler did a good job of getting shots on net. Just a little bit more hungry around the front of their net. Start burying some of our opportunities. Take advantage of that glare. It's tough to see pucks, the shots right now. So shoot from anywhere. Okay, then get hungry and crash the net. Right? Hey, we're fine. Ton of hockey left. All right, we're going to face adversity. How are you going to deal with it? Okay? We're going to face adversity. How are you going to deal with it?
Defensively in the second period, Victor came out with a much better effort early, holding Schrader without a shot through the first 5 minutes of the period. The Devils had a great opportunity to tie it when Kevin O'Brien had a point-blank shot, but Butel made the stop. Victor's Eric Haney is the biggest player on the ice and throws his weight around, but a boarding call had Haney in the penalty box for a second time, and for a second time, Webster scored on the power play. Schuler took the shot, the rebound came right out to Matt Montgomery, who made it a 2-0 game with 3 minutes left in the second.
They cleared it on that power play, and I just tried to bring it in and get a look toward the net and just threw it there, and Monty was there to put it in for me.
When you see it open up like that, well, what's the feeling like?
Oh, of course you want to score. I mean, you feel like you can score anyway, but it's great. It's great.
The way you guys were playing at that point, did you think that wrapped it up?
Yeah, I thought at that point it was game over, pretty much.
The Warriors were in command, 2 up after 2. In the third period, Victor had Schrader on its heels. The Blue Devils' best player is David Ferentz, a freshman playmaker who was all over the ice, but Victor couldn't finish the plays he made. You were setting up plays, it just was a matter of not being able to finish, right?
Yeah, the plays we worked on in practice, we tried to set them up out here today. They just countered them and shut us down offensively.
Into the closing minute with the goalie pulled, Schrader nailed down his first Section 5 hockey crown in 6 years on an empty net goal by Montgomery, his second of the game. Schuler picked up an assist, his third of the day. 3-0 was the final, and the Warriors celebrate. All right, Matt, how's it feel to be a champion, man?
It's awesome. It's amazing. I've always dreamed about something like this. It's amazing.
Later on, it's the Class A final between Greece and Fairport, but up next, Kim Bernsen has our Vision Making the Grade nominee.
Hi, I'm Therese Cannon, and you're watching Vision's High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Bernsen. Making the Grade is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships, proud to be Rochester's #1 selling automotive group. This week we honor Churchville Chili Senior and NHS member Anthony Lewis for making the grade. His outstanding drive and ability to make key plays when his team needs him the most are what led Churchville's varsity basketball team to some of their greatest victories this season. He is heavily involved with the Calvary Assembly of God in Chili, where he is the leader of his youth group's worship team. Through his church, he spends his spring breaks volunteering with the Flower City Work Camp, helping to make repairs and fix up rundown houses throughout the city. Back at church, you can find him posted up behind a drum set where he plays for his adult church worship team. In his free time, he helps teach Bible study to elementary students. As Anthony wraps up his senior year in AP classes, he looks forward to playing outfield for Churchville's varsity baseball team this spring. For his selflessness and drive to help others, this week Anthony Lewis is making the grade. If you have an idea for our Making the Grade segment, a team or individuals making contributions off the playing field, you can contact us at info@classywolf.com. I'm Kim Bernsen, and here's Bill with a look at our Section 5 calendar.
Here are some Section 5 events you might want to consider taking in this week. We're winding down the winter sports season, out of the sectionals and headed toward the states now. Girls basketball on Tuesday, it's the champions of classes A1 and A2 going at it with a berth in the state regionals on the line. On Wednesday, the boys go through the same drill with the state qualifying basketball game between the champions of A1 and A2. At the War Memorial, it's the last game of a triple header. East High is almost certainly involved there. If either of our Section 5 hockey champions, Webster Schrader, who we just saw in Class B, or the winner of our upcoming Class A, Fairport versus Greece Thunder contest are still alive, the state semifinals, the finals are at the Utica Memorial Auditorium Saturday and Sunday. Just some of the events coming up on the Section 5 calendar this week. Up next, more championship high school hockey from RIT in our Salino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Lindsay Barden, and you're watching Vision's High School Sports Beat.
The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by Salino and Barnes. Car accident? Don't wait. Call 888-8888. Call Salino and Barnes today. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. This portion of the Sports Beat brought to you by Salino and Barnes, your personal injury attorneys. Last year, Webster Thomas, Churchville Chili, McQuaid, and Penfield all made the sectional hockey finals. McQuaid went on to a state title. None returned this year. The Class A finals for 2014. It's our Cellino and Barnes All Sports High School Game of the Week. Upsets ruled in Class A hockey this year, too. The top two seeds, Pittsford and defending champion McQuaid, were ousted in the semifinals by the teams that played for the crown. Fairport, and representing Athena and Odyssey, the Grease Thunder.
You know, you get through that crapshoot of a tournament. I mean, all the good teams are getting knocked off and stuff. It's really an accomplishment getting this far, no matter how good you are, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of talent in Class A. Every team could win it all.
The Raiders tasted redemption. Losers last year in the semifinals to eventually state champion McQuaid in overtime. Fairport this year beat the Knights in the semifinals in overtime. Karma claimed a spot on the Raiders bench.
We had a lot of new faces this year, and I think probably the 13th, 14th game of the year, we really started to find our groove and find the chemistry, and we've been playing well ever since.
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
It is. I mean, these kids, they're high school kids. You have a lot of ups, you have a lot of downs, a lot of emotions, but they've been showing a lot of poise recently, and hopefully it translates in a win tonight.
The first period was played close to the vest. Each focused on defending the other. Shots were a mere 5-5 in the first period. The best scoring chances came late. The Thunder's Austin Briganti took a shot, short side, point blank, that Ethan Kaiser caught. The teams hit the first intermission scoreless.
Believe, boys, believe. We can do this. You know it. You know it. 15 minutes this period coming up. You guys need to get back to basics because that is what got you here. That is what got you here. Your hard work, your determination, your effort, your heart. So this period, boys, is our period to establish who we are. Let's take it to them. Let's go. Come on, boys, let's go.
The game opened up a little in the second period. Fairport's Quinn Widner set up Cameron Krug for the one-timer, which Jake Bolivia stopped. Then another from long range as Pat Dowd was set up for the big slap shot, and he hit it perfect.
He needed it, momentum, and I just had a complete open lane. This great pass by Moose Haven. Walked in, had all the time in the world, and let it rip.
We thought like the pressure is mounting on you guys, on both teams really, because at that point it was a scoreless first period, and that first goal became pretty important, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it gives us momentum going forward. I mean, they were a very good team, always coming down on us. They had all the shots, they had chances, our goalie stood tall.
Trailing 1-0, Grease rallied back. Zach Buckholz came down the left side and shot far post. Kaiser made the kick save. Then the Thunder put on a dazzling display of passing. Anthony Fideli to Cody Mazzeau to Briganti, but the shot went wide. Into the second period's final minute, Fairport's Cody Howitt maneuvered in front of the Grease net and got a shot off that resulted in the goal of the game.
It's just, I got a guy in front of me screening, so, we were just trying to throw every puck at the net and threw it at the net and it went through his 5-hole.
You kind of enjoyed it too, didn't you?
I did enjoy it a lot. I didn't think it was going to go in.
The third period saw Fairport go into a bit of a shell, protecting a 2-0 lead. The Thunder, again in full attack mode, outshot the Raiders 10-2 in that third period, but couldn't find the net behind Kaiser, a sophomore who emerged mid-season as the starting goalie and wound up with 21 saves.
A shutout in the championship game's not a bad thing. How'd you feel throughout the course of the game?
I felt pretty good. In the beginning, I felt pretty good coming out in warm-ups, and then in the end, I felt perfect, really good.
Scoring for the day concluded when Fairport got the capper with just 42 seconds left. Ryan Trader to Jared Karlsson. 3-0 was the final for the new champions of Class A hockey. The Raiders' first title since going back-to-back in 2007 and 2008.
It was a rough, bumpy road. We had a loss to Brighton earlier in the season. That kind of opened our eyes to our competition, and we've just been working hard at it.
How rewarding is it that there's a finish like this?
So rewarding. It feels so good to win it after all that hard work.
We want to thank our Sports Beat sponsorship partners, Ross Cellino and Stephen Barnes, your personal injury attorneys, ESL Federal Credit Union, ESL Answers to You, and the 9 dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They all make the Sports Beat possible.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.